Welcome, everyone, to Tuesday Night Chaos here at the Wrestling Fans Insight. I'm your host, John Hoppy, along with Rainbow Goodness, Carlos Estrada. How you doing, Carlos?
Good. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thanks for having you. We're always having you.
I'm just here for the free snacks.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, Eddie Kingston Jr. And we
How
also
dare you? See, I knew you were fat shaming me.
here we go. Yeah, we also have Bryan the Hype Ballard. Bryan, how you doing?
What's going on, guys? We ready for Money in the Bank weekend?
Money. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now,
we'll get ready to do our best Shane McMahon shuffles, you know.
Just don't get injured. Hey.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think after the last one.
My head.
We should go on TikTok live doing our impersonations.
What is it?
Nobody wants to see that.
No.
I bet Bryan does a good one. Mr. Tennis here.
I can do the shuffle feet.
I think he is the youngest of us three, so he's probably the least likely to get injured. So why don't we see
the youngest?
I believe
out of us three, William's the youngest.
Well, William's not here, so that doesn't count.
Yeah. So I'm at 43. What are you guys at?
Yeah, I'm 45.
Okay.
Just about to hit 45.
All right. Well,
I'm the oldest. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Well, 77 gave it away there, buddy.
Oh, I know.
You got me.
People
when
people go, "What's your age?" I'm like, "It's in my fucking thing." Easy, man.
Wow, you're just a little cocky today, or some kind of angry.
No, I'm in a good mood. That's why when I'm more smart ass, I'm in a good mood. It is what it is.
Well, you're always a smart ass.
Yeah, true.
I mean, we got the chat to prove it.
Hey, the chat now.
I did it to one of my friends the other day. Like he tried to say something and I went back to his chat and all this stuff. He was like, I've been hacked. I go, okay, Trump. Fucking, you got Trump. Got the evidence right in front of your face and you still deny it. Just deny it to your death. That's not true. I got hacked. That's fake. I'm like, oh, good Lord, I'm out.
All right. Well, since we're a little outraged, why don't we just keep the rage going here? We got Money in the Bank coming up here for the WWE, which will air live July 1st there in London, England. But before we get to the main premium live event, why don't we talk about a couple of matches we're going to see here on SmackDown the night before? Why don't we first get right into the Undisputed Women's Championship? Champion Asuka is going to defend against the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Bryan, what's your take on this match?
You know, I hope Asuka holds on to it. That's kind of my overall thought. I don't know what they're doing with the Charlotte thing. It always scares me when she gets into the picture because I know that title can go right back on her shoulder at any time. So, but I am hoping Asuka does keep that. Carlos?
I'm exactly with Bryan. Like I if they do Asuka dirty again, like I'd be like, no. I think Asuka holds on to it for now. I think that this will be the start of Bianca's heel turn. I think she's gonna get herself in this match somehow. Like she'll cost Charlotte the win, which again I don't really want Asuka getting the cheap victory, but again it is what it is. But I definitely think this kickstarts the Bianca Charlotte feud for without the title for once. You know, and I think that's a good thing, you know, but I definitely think Asuka is going to win. I think she holds on.
I'm right there with you. I have a feeling in order to get Bianca over as a heel, Asuka needs to keep the title, and Charlotte and Bianca need a feud with each other. I think this keeps the title off of Bianca for a little bit to get her to chase for the championship again. I'm not sure. I mean, we could see this go either way. Flair can work good as a heel, and I think Bianca, she proved in NXT she could work as a heel. It's really hard to say which one you want to see go the full turn, but I think it's time for Bianca to have a proper heel turn here on the main roster. So my pick is going to be definitely for Asuka. And why don't we go to the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship, where the champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be defending against London's own Pretty Deadly. What's your thoughts on this here, Carlos?
I want to pick Pretty Deadly, but I don't think it's time yet for Owens and Zayn to lose the titles. I see them involved in a marquee match, but I definitely could see a rematch maybe down the line just for the SmackDown titles. Which I mean, again, I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn hold on to the titles. But yes, boy, I'm a big fan of Pretty Deadly. I love them.
Bryan?
Yeah, I think this is just an opportunity for Pretty Deadly to get a bit of a rub and to get themselves to the dance a little bit, but I don't see Kevin and Sami losing these titles to that team right now. I see it being a little bit more of a bigger deal than random Friday night for them to lose.
If this was just a SmackDown only tag team championship match, I'd think KO, Sami drop it to them. But along the lines with you two, where Pretty Deadly is new to the roster, of course they're going to use London's own to get the crowd hype, all that type of jazzy cliche stuff. However, I'm with you two. I don't see them taking championships off KO and Zayn if they're going to keep them together. So I'm going with KO and Sami Zayn as well. Now, going into the WWE Money in the Bank card, well, we start off with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, going up against Carlos's favorite, Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
I already know where Heather's going to say. She wants that damn Dom to lose. So we're already marking an automatic for Heather to go Cody Rhodes. But Carlos, who do you think's going to walk out on this one?
Well, this one's hard because, again, I love Dominic Mysterio. I think Cody's going to win. I think Cody's going to give Dominic the whoop ass that everybody wants to see him get. I think that's why this match has been booked. I don't see Brock coming back yet. I think maybe maybe Cody wins this match, and then you see Cody kind of maybe trying to put himself in the world title picture, and then that's where Brock comes in and attacks him again. But we know that we're going to have a third match. And again, I don't want to see Dominic win and have the win wasted, because I could definitely I think Dominic and Damian team up together to take the titles off of Owens and Zayn eventually. But I just don't think it's Dominic's time yet. But I am really happy that he's getting this marquee matchup. I think it makes a lot of sense, like I said last week, as far as, keeping the heat off of wanting to see Cody versus Roman. This is a good match for him fighting the biggest heel in the company. But I definitely think Cody's going to win this match.
I'm going to go polar opposite. I think Brock does come in and he costs Cody this match, and Dominic gets a win over the American Nightmare. I see it happening just because we already seen what happened with the booking on SmackDown this past weekend, where Vince totally just
he shit that show. So it's a shit show too.
This is what kills me. He made Raw look good with the last minute changes, but then he totally shits on SmackDown, and I just cringed on that one.
And I feel bad for Bailey and
Shotzi.
Shotzi, yeah, and that's where I see mad too. And that's where I feel disrespected by WWE. It's like, I get that you think we're morons, but you already advertised the match, and you think you're gonna just take it off, or we're not gonna notice. He just slaps us in the face every damn time.
Well, it wasn't just one match; it was 3 matches. Fans.
What was the other one? Because I know that the triple threat. What was the other one?
The other one, I believe, was supposed to be not Damien. It was supposed to be Baron Corbin and Cameron Grimes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. That's right.
I mean, there was 3 matches right there that fans were really looking forward to, and Vince scrapped them. And
so if I was Cameron Grimes, I'd be like, why don't I just ask my release now, Vince? This is bullshit. It's like, guys, it's just irritating. And that's the one thing I was enjoying about SmackDown, is because you could just tell Vince was keeping his hands off of it, and they were doing a really good job of showcasing the new talent that was on there from the draft and everything else. And now Vince just totally shit on it.
Right. It's just very annoying when you see changes like that, especially when it's already announced. It's hard for fans to forget that these days now, because they see it.
Yeah, he just thinks he takes our fandom for granted, and it gets exhausting.
I mean, I get it, card subject to change at any time, and I expect that with unforeseen injuries or unfortunate events, but that wasn't the case. Vince just totally shit on it.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, they need to play storyline to why they couldn't make it. Because what it tells the fans is, well, I shouldn't get invested in these guys because Vince obviously doesn't believe in them.
Exactly. But anyway, sorry, Brian, didn't mean to cut you short. But what's your thoughts on that match?
I feel Dominic Mysterio beats Cody Rhodes due to interference of Rhea Ripley, which causes none other than Brandy Rhodes to jump the rail, challenge Rhea for her title, and become the new women's champion.
Ooh, interesting.
No, I totally made that up. I'm not picking that. I was going for some shock factor booking. Miss Heels herself, Brandy Rhodes, women's champion by the end of Money in Bank. But in reality, yeah, this is going to be Cody getting his win. That's kind of to your point of what you guys said. So I had to kind of do an alternate take on that. It looks like I might have bugged Carlos so much with that he bounced off. Here he's back.
He's back.
What did you say? I mean, I felt bad. Did you talk shit while I was gone? Y'all took a chance to.
Did you miss my booking?
I heard you pick Cody. I almost had a heart. I heard you pick Dom. I almost had a heart attack. I feel bad now. I'm sorry, Dommy baby, that I didn't pick you to win. I feel like shit now.
So my booking resulted in Brandy Rhodes being the new women's champion.
Oh good Lord, what? You're trying to get the marks after our podcast. We're gonna get canceled. Oh my God! Did you really say Brandy's gonna get involved?
Yeah, I did. I booked
good fucking Lord.
Shock jock booking. So.
I see you're taking shots of tequila while you're eating your macaroni and cheese.
Whoa!
So hey, you didn't hear my take, so you can't say.
Well, okay, so I heard you say Rhea Ripley, but God, you really picked Brandy Rhodes. The AW marks are gonna be after us now.
No, in all seriousness, Cody Rhodes is going to be my pick to win, but I figured I'd have a little fun with it there.
Nice.
I had John laugh.
She's that. Now you're gonna make me have to go back and listen to my own voice.
Hey, that's great for our views.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and view it. I'm that bitch. I could see. I do want Brandy to fight. I would like to see Brandy. I would like to see her get involved just for one match.
This was be world champion over Rhea. That'd be.
Oh, good Lord.
That was my booking, basically.
Shit's gonna hit the fan with
that. Oh, yeah, damn! Time to bring back Seth Rollins' little theme music.
She made Cody Rhodes her Seth Rollins. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, good Lord.
She was like, "Sit down. I got this, Cody."
It's my chance. Mine. She puts the strap on and goes and wins the title, or what?
Right.
All I could reminiscence from that was when we set Heather up and Carlos came in on the mic when she was.
Oh, that was so funny.
Oh,
that was funny.
I was waiting for Carlos to just go off on you totally like he did.
I was kind of waiting, and then I paused, and I was like, "He's not there. Crickets. Not the crickets."
Oh Lord.
Well, I'm feeling bad because I didn't pick Dominic to win. I feel bad now. I feel sad.
You're not feeling sad.
Fuck no. Because I do think, because I almost did pick Dom because I do think it would be such good heel heat for him to brag about beating Cody, even though Brock helped him win. But I just feel like they're gonna waste it because they're not gonna have an IC title feud with Gunther. So I feel like it would just be a wasted victory too. That's my whole thought about that.
All right. Well, we go on to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match.
Bathroom break. Oh, sorry.
Dude, serious? You're really calling that the bathroom break?
I just don't think fans are invested in Ronda.
Well, they're just not giving her a chance.
Exactly. So bathroom break. Exactly.
They can just go to hell.
It's time to go take a shit.
In fact, I made my heel turn with that on I think it was Sportskedia's post, right decision or wrong decision, when it came to unifying the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship and the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. They asked right or wrong decision with going with Ronda and Shayna, and I said right decision, and holy hell, people just lost their damn mind thinking.
Oh, good Lord.
Thinking, what?
I love how passionate they get.
Well, to me, give Ronda credit. Like she could have had she could have had a women's title match at WrestleMania, and she gave it up to try to add some freaking shine to this WWE Tag Team division. Like these fans need to start giving her a little respect for that.
Well, she was right on when after they won the women's tag team championship. The tag team creative has been weak.
Exactly. And having her in is gonna. You think there'd be a WWE Women's Tag Team title match on Money in the Bank if it wasn't Ronda? Hell no, it wouldn't even be on the card. Give her some credit here.
Well, not to mention there's a real story with Shayna and Ronda being a team. They're UFC girls.
For sure. My only thing with this match is I wish I would like to see Liv and Raquel going after Mommy. I would like to see them in the program for the women's title. That's where my only thing about this, because I don't feel like Rhea really has any competitors right now.
Right. Well, the other thing,
but they can move on to this after this match.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's already going to be
unanimous.
Pretty clear who we're going to pick. But I said it was the right call just because at least Shayna, Ronda have a storyline of why they're a team. But you look at the past champions other than Bayley and Sasha. I mean, how many of these
Natty, come on, no. Natty and Tamina were a great team. They should never broke them up, Vince.
Well, Natty, Tamina, and the Iconics. Those three.
Oh God, yes.
Those four teams right there alone actually had reasons to be tag team champions now or now or in the past. But the rest of the teams that have held it, there's no real story for why they were a team. I mean, not to take shots at Liv and Raquel, but there's no story why they are a team. It just bugs me. And people go, "Oh, can't wait to beat them." Okay, well, why are they a team in the first place?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, John, because one of my pet peeves is when tag teams don't look like tag teams. They don't have a story. I hate the throw togethers. And then they just say the team of this person and this person. And the only teams that I can think of that really did it well that were a throw together was Sheamus and Cesaro, right? They molded themselves into a team. But it doesn't happen that often for a reason. And I always hate when there's no plan and they just chuck them in there. So I'm with you on that.
I really wish we would go back to an era where they actually had tag team names.
Yep. And matching outfits. And I agree 100%.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking the Killer Bees, Demolition, the Hart Foundation, British Bulldogs, you know, they can't.
Well, that's again, to backtrack on, someone who joined us recently on our other one, Ted Billy Hill, he's talking about, with Jey Uso, and is he the guy? And and he's like, well, Jay's better suited for tag, him and his brother have the chance to be the greatest tag team ever. It's so keep him like that, because even if Jay has a little bit of a singles run, he's not going to be utilized enough in the singles. So just keep these guys as tag teams, and that's where I wish WWE would quit breaking up tag teams. And it's and even in real life, you need friends. So why can't somebody go support their friend? Yeah. Why they're off going for a singles run for a year or two? And that's one good thing where I'm really glad that New Day has stuck up to stay together so long, because so many times Vince and Creative wanted to break them up. They're like, no, we're not going to do that. Because in real life, you need friends. So why can't someone go off and have a little run for a little while, and not have to break up the team altogether,
Exactly. Anyhow, why don't we?
But we're all picking Ronda and Shayna, right? Let's just move on from that. Yeah,
I'm pretty much picking Ronda and Shayna. I'm sure Carlos is.
Yeah, like I said, picking them, and again, it's a good way. This is a good way to introduce Liv back. But again, after this, let Liv and Raquel go off and feud and go after Rhea.
And Bryan.
Yeah, and this is the other thing. They want Ronda Rousey carrying some kind of gold into SummerSlam. I mean, that's just kind of what it is. So absolutely, the Team UFC is going to stay together here.
Awesome. Sorry, Carlos. I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you have more?
No, that's it. I'm good.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to really cut you off
there. Yeah, you did.
No, whatever. Champion. Why don't we go on to the Civil War between the Usos and Reigns and Solo Sikoa there?
You don't think this is going to be the main event?
Well, remember, I'm not picking anything in any particular.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Because we have seen the Money in the Bank matches be a main event too. So, I don't know. Do you guys want to do the other two first?
You've already started this one. Let's go.
Let's do this one.
Yeah, might as well. Civil War, the Usos versus Reigns and Solo. Who do you got, Bryan?
Oh, this is going to be the opening match. No, I'm just kidding. This is being
they're
free and over
gonna move it to the pre-show for time constraints.
Yeah, because that's what we do now is we put our champion or our main people on opening shows. Anyway, I'm not bitter over our last podcast, but the Bloodline versus the Usos. I feel like it's going to be the Usos. There's no big like titles on stake here, and I think Solo does take the pin. Roman still looks strong. The Usos get their day and their win, and then that continues on to something bigger at SummerSlam.
Carlos?
So I'm with Bryan. I think the Usos are going to win.
No, we lost him. If he comes back, I'll halt. However, I think the Usos win this.
Did you lose me?
Yeah, now we got you back.
Oh, so
go ahead and start.
You go for. So I think the Usos are going to win, and I think that Jay's going to pin Roman, and I think that's what sets up their match for SummerSlam.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I kind of agree with those storylines. I think the Usos get the pin, they get the win, but I think this is where we start to maybe see Solo question Roman Reigns right after the match because there'll be a dispute between. Why did I keep you if you were going to lose for the family, And
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a fatal 4-way at SummerSlam either. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Between the Bloodline?
Yeah, a fatal 4-way for the title. All four of them in the same match for the title. Why not?
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Jimmy's quite ready for it, but who knows? Anything can happen in WWE, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get Paul Heyman in the shark cage up above SummerSlam.
Exactly. Put him back in that cage again.
Oh, why don't we go Jim Crockett days and just have a scaffold match with all the
right. People breaking their necks when they fall off of it. Yeah.
Oh God, you want to talk about one of the most unsafe, shitty ideas ever? I just could not believe anybody that participated in that, man. But when we move on to the women's Money in the Bank match, we have Becky Lynch, Bayley, Zelina Vega, Io Sky, Zoe Stark, and Trish Stratus all participating in this match. Carlos, let's go your prediction first.
I'm gonna go Io Sky in this one, and that's why I hope we're going back to SmackDown. I hope that's why Asuka holds on to the Money in the Bank because I want to see Io Sky versus Asuka for the title. But I think this is Io Sky's time. I think I think the one thing is with Bayley. That's kind of like the one factor where she maybe not get it. But I think it's Io Sky's time to shine, and maybe we see a storyline with Bayley trying to get her to give her the briefcase. But I think it's Io Sky's time to shine and get made. Again, going up back off of Backlash, Io Sky.
Bryan?
So I would love to see Io Sky versus Asuka. And Io Sky is going to be my pick in my wish list there. I got this little thought in the back of my head that could the WWE really resist the idea of a Charlotte versus Trish Stratus match at SummerSlam? And that's what has me a little concerned because I could see...
They've already had that match, though.
Could they resist it, though? That's my question is, could they resist doing that at SummerSlam?
You mean Vince McMahon.
Yeah. So, could they resist that idea right now, being in SummerSlam season? And with Trish being a non-renewable resource, I mean, she's not going to be here for 5 years, right?
So now you're saying Charlotte's going to win the title and then Trish is going to win Money in the Bank? You're just going double heel?
I'm curious to see if they would pull the trigger on something like that just for booking. I still am picking Io Sky because that's what I want to happen. But I do want to propose that question that could that happen in their mind if, depending to your point, Carlos, who's writing the booking?
I'm right there with you too. Io Sky is my pick. And I'm even going to double down with Becky, Zoe, Trish, and their little drama. They're going to pretty much neutralize each other. So neither of those three are going to be close. They might touch it, but they'll be close. Zelina Vega, she just recently had one against Rhea Ripley there in Puerto Rico. I don't see them giving another shot anytime soon unless they can muster up a hot storyline for her again. She's a great worker. Nothing to take away from Zelina. It's just, I think Io and Bailey are going to be at the top of the ladder, but somehow Io is going to just inch it right away from Bailey or knock Bailey off the ladder. Who knows?
Yeah, I can see that by now.
And then we'll see a jealousy rage between Bailey and Io, where they might fight for the rights of the Money in the Bank match after this event. So, but I think Io Sky having a championship match against Asuka would be ideal. Well, and then last but not least, the men's Money in the Bank.
Well, we got 2 more matches. Seth.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I forgot. I don't know why I missed that one.
Jeez.
Hey, calm down there, King Maker. Oh, I'm sorry. Champion Maker.
How about just
Actually, no. I'm going with men's Money in the Bank match first. So we got Ricochet, Butch, LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, Santos Escobar, and Damian Priest all in this match. Why don't we start with Carlos?
We all know. I mean, come on.
You know where he's going.
even though I'm gonna have to go back here because even though I said, oh, if I win my tournament for the wrestling fans, that means LA Knight's gonna win. Let's not get it twisted. Logan Paul is gonna be Mr. Money in the Bank.
Oh, I forgot Logan Paul. Shit.
Logan Paul is gonna be Mr. Money in the Bank. They cannot, with the amount of money they're paying Logan Paul. And again, I'm like everybody else. I'd love to see LA Knight. He should have been WWE 10 years ago, if you ask me, or 5 years ago at least. But this is Logan Paul's match, and they're not gonna. And again, like I just think this having it with Logan Paul on somebody who's not gonna be around all the time, it gives Seth Rollins a chance to still build the world title, and it allows Roman and the Bloodline storyline to play off. And I think it kind of gives a reason for there not to be too much backlash for Roman not being on SmackDown every week. With that said, I think Logan Paul is definitely taking this briefcase.
Bryan?
Yeah, I agree. I think Logan Paul does win this. There's too much mainstream media, exposure to grab with him holding the briefcase. There's too much, and it doesn't have to be on TV every week, which is just amazing about that. So Logan Paul wins. And then if we think back to his match with Roman Reigns, he proved that he could hang in the main event. So
for sure.
For me, I mean, I'm not hating the idea of a Logan Paul in a Seth Rollins match or a Logan Paul in a Roman match again. So I'm not hating either of those ideas. So I definitely think the WWE, it's too much to resist the idea of that exposure that's for the brand. So Logan Paul's my pick as well.
Yeah.
He wants to go to LA now.
I think
you forgot he was in the match altogether?
I did. I mean, not intentionally.
Yeah.
And you guys' argument is valid. I could see them doing a Seth versus Logan too. I just don't think right now would be good for it. Logan Paul.
But again, that's why I think he makes sense because then you don't have to have someone that's going to be on TV every week with a briefcase.
Well, that's the thing, though. If you go by the way it's been going for him already, he'll show up in a pay-per-view, but we won't see him a while. And I don't think that's the route they want to go with the Money in the Bank. I think they're going to want to make sure they keep emphasizing somebody's got that briefcase. I think your 2 top picks right now should be more toward LA Knight and Damian Priest. However, I think Priest ends up being the runner-up, and they're going to go with LA Knight. So that's my pick is LA Knight. Yeah. And then we only got one more match, right? The World Heavyweight Championship. Mm-hmm. Okay, so champion Seth Rollins will be defending against Finn Balor. Bryan, let's get your take.
Sure. My pick is Seth Rollins. Again, I feel like I keep saying it over and over the last few months, but the champion's too young, the championship. And then also Seth, I mean, we need a nice, good, long title reign there just to help keep it doing the right direction it needs to go. So Seth is going to be my retention pick.
Carlos?
So I want to give a shout out to Finn Balor. Like I really like the work they've been doing. Like I like how he attacked. I love how he's been attacking Seth. I think he's been the best thing on Raw lately. I just love what the direction they're going with this. I wouldn't be mad if Finn won the title, but it's not going to happen. I like what Bryan's sentiments exactly. You're trying to establish a new champion here. Like Seth Rollins is actually over like Rover, and again, maybe it would make sense to like have the title go back and forth, but I just don't see it. I think Seth wins this match, and then I think we see a heel Drew McIntyre come out and attack Seth after the match, and that sets up Drew's return as well. So I'm going to pick Seth Rollins with their attorney Drew to come back afterwards and attack him.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Seth Rollins as well. I just, like Bryan mentioned, I think where the World Heavyweight Championship is still fairly young, we need to get a good reign on it. Whether it's a 4-month reign, 5-month reign, 1-year reign, you don't want to make that championship
Roman Reigns.
Well, no, you don't. You just don't want.
He's saying the word Reigns.
You don't want a title that's supposed to be having the same tier as what Roman Reigns has.
Yeah.
You don't want to see it lose prestige quick, because that will be the biggest flop you'll do to your own company.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have a top champion for each brand. You do that, and you take away a lot to that championship. Much like what they did to Randy Orton when he first won it from the name we should not mention in the wrestling world. It just, I still disagreed with why they did that in the first place.
Yeah, I would be intrigued. Carlos got me thinking there with Drew McIntyre coming back. That got my brain going, and I would like to see maybe if Drew comes back that they have a best of 7 series match for that title between him and Seth. I think it would be kind of a fresher perspective for that title and make it a little more prestigious. So that might be something to kick around or entertain, maybe fantasy book wise.
Well, and it would be fun to see the psycho character of Drew McIntyre come back, because, they had that feud for the Intercontinental Championship a few years ago. So, that one would definitely be well, actually, let me rephrase that or rethink that. Wasn't that actually against Dolph Ziggler?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while for that.
I think that actually it was a championship change between Ziggler and Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre was actually in Ziggler's corner. So.
Oh, that's when he first got the main roster call up.
Yeah.
So, that's right. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, at least they can bring that storyline back from their history. So that wouldn't be a bad idea either, to see Drew McIntyre come and go after that World Heavyweight Championship.
And again, it's because if you're not going to sign Drew, then you need to utilize him to get people over. And I think but also making him a heel and letting him be psychotic would be something that Drew would probably like to sink his teeth into as well. So. And I think that's just with Raw. They have the top 4 baby faces right now. They need some good heels.
Right. Why don't we start with Bryan? You expecting any big shockers, or you want to give a double down to any of the matches for that night?
So no big shockers. I think the men's Money in the Bank match has a good opportunity to showcase a lot of guys. There's a lot of good talent in that match that can give us a lot of wow moments. And I also think, I've been so invested in the Bloodline storyline. I mean, it'd be a lot really bad stuff to happen for me to not like that match. So I feel like that's going to be the 2 main highlights for me. But I'm excited for the pay-per-view. I think some of the matches might be a little, predictable on who's going to win, but that doesn't keep me from wanting to watch it.
Carlos?
Well, like I already said, I think the return of Drew as a heel, I think that is my big surprise. And also I think Logan Paul winning is a surprise, but no, I don't. I think Jay is pinning Roman Reigns. That's my big surprise for the show, seeing Roman take a pin.
I think the women's Money in the Bank match will be my double down for that night. I see a lot of things going on in that match, just for good storyline reasons. Again, Io Sky, Bailey, obviously there's some jealous tensions right there. Zoe Stark, Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch, there's going to be a way they negate each other. The only lost thing there I see is Zelina Vega and Watch now, just out of despite us, Zelina Vega's going to win this.
Well, yeah, because they do listen to our podcast, you know.
Well, no,
Oh,
they only listen to you.
Oh, okay. That's better. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, see, inflated ego right there, Brian. I can't believe you let him talk to us like this.
Carlos is Vince McMahon's illegitimate son. Remember that storyline? They said it was
Yeah,
Hornswoggle?
exactly. The kid.
It was actually Carlos
exactly.
all along.
With the maid. Yep.
Carlos McMahon.
Oh,
That's right.
here we go. I'm going to go right into my shout outs right away. I want to give a shout out to the Fan in the Van podcast. Is This a Bad Take podcast? Two Dudes Sports News podcast. Today we laughed and learned. Ted the Hillbilly Hill, Austin Boyer with the Wrestling World. Thank you all for giving us your support and helping us tweet our episodes out there. Brian, do you have any shout outs to give?
Yeah. I just want to say again to everybody on Twitter and everybody that follows the show. I really am bad usually at doing shout outs, but I usually do one big list once in a while. And I just recently did one on my Twitter. So thank you to all you guys.
And Carlos?
I think you covered them all, but again, to our other two co-hosts, again, shout out to Heather and shout out to Will, shout out to Tim Frater Raff, also Marcy, Doug Bissett, they're all in our group chat, Jess, and also Sarah Execution 84 out there. Again, then just everybody, Sage, those guys, Patrick again, Ted Hibble, just everyone who supports us, that it definitely doesn't go unseen, and we definitely, again, just thank you to all our positive wrestling Twitter community that we're building on Twitter, and just being a positive space out there for fans to get to interact with each other.
All right. That being said, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for everyone for tuning in to the Wrestling Fans Insight Tuesday Night Chaos. We will be back again Sunday, hopefully to talk over our AEW prediction results here. So stay tuned, but take care, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday.